Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the T18 HMC. HMC stands for Howitzer Motor Carriage, just in case any of you weren't aware. So HMC, you'll find it in a lot of low-tier American tanks, and it means Howitzer Motor Carriage. So basically any of the vehicles, SPGs or TDs or otherwise, that have HMC behind them, it means that those tanks were originally designed to carry a howitzer. That's simply what the HMC stands for. But yeah, T18 HMC, it is a new tank that I rebought to get an Ace Tanker in because it was added in a recent patch, or, well, I don't know whether it was added or whether it was just relocated, because this is, as I'm sure you know, the former Tier 2 tank destroyer. And it was never a tank destroyer, it was actually an SPG in real life. So Wargaming have moved it up to the SPG line, where it should have been in the first place, and they've moved it up a tier to Tier 3. You know, and I don't know whether that's a good decision or a bad decision, because I'm not a big fan of low-tier arty anyway, as I've mentioned in previous videos. But yeah, the T18 HMC, I rebought it to get the Ace, managed to do it in this particular game, but it was formerly the T18 Tier 2 tank destroyer. So yeah, the history of the tank, it might surprise quite a lot of people that this was a tank that was actually developed a lot later than you would think. The designs for this tank didn't begin till late 1941, and the tank was actually built in 1942. So only two were ever built, but it wasn't built till 1942. That was one of the things that really surprised me about the T18, is the fact it was designed and developed quite late. I thought it was a much earlier tank from its position in the tech tree, but nope, 1942 is when this tank came into existence. Unfortunately, as I say, only two were ever built, so it didn't pass its trials and was rejected in favor of another SPG I'm going to be talking about on the channel sometime in the coming days. But T18, very interesting arty. It was basically built out of a mishmash of technology from late or early 1940s. What you've got here is the M3 Stuart chassis. So the tank was built on the chassis of an M3 Stuart, and this should look quite familiar to you. The gun mount and the sponson here. Mentioned this on a video quite recently on the channel. Does anyone recognize what this is? No? Yes? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one? Okay. Yeah, so M3 Stuart chassis and the gun mount and sponson from an M3 Lee, and then the 75mm howitzer. So it's a combination of M3 Lee, M3 Stuart, with a 75mm howitzer. That's what the tank is. It was unique in the fact it was given 50mm of frontal armor, so this is historically accurate. It's an artillery piece that has 50mm of frontal armor. Now that is both a positive and a negative. While it is extremely well armored, and that's okay or nice in World of Tanks, in real life what it meant was the tank was very front heavy, because you had 50mm of frontal armor and you had this huge sponson and gun mount from the M3 Lee. And remember, this is a light tank chassis. It's the M3 Stuart chassis. So basically it was having it had problems. It was very front heavy, which meant that the speed and maneuverability were affected in a big way. Also the tracks were very narrow, and it wasn't exactly a light SPG, so maneuverability was definitely affected. So the people who made the decision whether or not to continue with the development of the tank decided, you know what, it's not worth developing any further. Basically, it's too front heavy. It's also way too tall, even though it doesn't look tall compared to the Bishop. But if you compare maybe the T18 to the M4, beside the M4 is a tall tank, and you know, the T18 isn't that much smaller. It's a very tall arty. So it was too tall, too front heavy, and in addition to that, they felt that the armor was too flat. So, as I say, it was designed in 1942, and that was at a time when they were starting to develop sloped armor, so they felt that the armor on the T18 was too flat. As a result, it was scrapped. It never made it past prototype stage. Only two were ever built, and the two that were built were both scrapped in 1947, so there are no tanks. This tank does not exist anymore. Not even the original 2 prototypes exist. They were both scrapped. So sad when that happens to a tank. But anyway, yeah, as I say, I rebought it because technically it's a new tank. It is a new tank. I've never played this tank before as an arty, and we're gonna go. So got the Ace, and as per usual, sold the tank after this game. But oh, forgot to mention, yeah, even though it is an arty, you can still actually play this thing as a TD.
Time to roll out.
So yeah, kind of a bonus game here, but even though, free fixed camera, there we go. Even though this is an arty now, it can still be used as a TD, especially when you're top tier like this particular game. But this is going to highlight why I absolutely hate low tier arty games, because they're just over so quickly. But it's also going to highlight the fact that you could still play this tank like a TD. So just waiting for tanks to advance up the middle. They usually get spotted, and nope, no joy. So I'm playing this at ×2. Okay, we've got a couple of shots here. So, you know, the gun arc on the T18 HMC is okay. No, not much to aim at. Okay, we'll get another shot into the Chiha. He gets taken out. So keeping an eye on the minimap, our team looks to be distributed quite well, but 3 enemy tanks on the hill. I've got a sneaky suspicion we're going to lose the hill. I don't know why. Kind of like my spider sense was tingling that hill was in trouble. And yeah, we've just lost 2 tanks on the hill. Gonna stay, maybe try and get a shot. No, gotta deal with the hill. So BT7 Art, very dangerous tank. So I reverse back to get a shot as he comes around the corner. Miss, I'm playing like a TD. There's my 50mm of frontal armor. He only hits my track. He is having trouble shooting on the move. And we derp, so we can still play like a TD, but we're not done yet because there were 2 more tanks that were spotted on the hill. So you've still got 50mm of frontal armor, even though this is an arty, and as long as you don't forget or don't go into sniper mode, you can still play this thing like a TD, especially when you're top tier. So I know that one of the tanks on the hill is still on the hill, the other one hasn't been spotted, so I'm waiting for the M3 to come down. Oh, there he is. Trying to pre-aim. No, miss.
Target acquired.
Okay, we auto-aim. Nope.
Target unlocked.
Unlock. And we hit him for 23 and track him. So he's panicking. And the reload. Oh, we miss. We still got a decent reload. Now the Cruiser 3 has disappeared on the hill. I need to kill this M3 Stuart quickly. And we managed to get him while blocking another shot from the M3 Lee. Or M3 Stuart. So, yep, now where's this Cruiser? As you can see, the rest of our team has died. We are only 3.5 minutes into this game, and it's over.
Let's roll.
This is the problem with low-tier arty games. You just don't have time to work, but we can shotgun him because we can play this tank like a TD, even though it's still now technically an arty. So we're advancing up, gonna try and hide my lower glacis. We're gonna get into this position here, where my armor is slightly angled, and we're going to try and shotgun some more people. So Tetrarch, charging up, and hey, there we go. So that's 4 kills, all in TD mode, all in shotgun mode. Team are capping, you know, we're losing 5-14, I'm getting shot from distance, that's the first damage I've taken, and I miss. Yeah, Taldi has more than enough penetration to go through me. So, one more. No, we're dead, but yeah, point is you can play this tank still as a TD if the matchup is good enough. So anyway, getting back to the actual Ace game, we are here on Sand River, and it's a tier 5 game, so I'm about as bottom tier as you can get. I'm a tier 3 arty, the next lowest tier in my team is a tier 4 Lux. So tier 4s, tier 5s, and I'm the only tier 3, but I'm an arty, so I'm going to have major problems penning a lot of the tanks on the enemy team, and this is one of the issues I have with low tier arty. I really you know, arty is not good at the best of times, but low tier arty is even bad by arty standards. There are very few good low tier arty, but we're setting up here. As you can see, I'm using Battle Assistant, and I actually think that maybe Battle Assistant is more realistic and better to use. Look how wide that shot went and how high that shot went. Oh, the accuracy on arty. I think Battle Assistant is more realistic than the satellite view, the top-down view, but we'll get into that in, as I say, I've been hinting at an arty video on previous mentions or previous videos, so that I need to get around to making it. There are so many videos I need to get around to making. Thankfully, my week of hell is over. My back is feeling better after 2 days in bed. The FV4202 grind is over, so I can spend more time making videos and less time playing. But moving up, and here we go, T34. And what we're doing is we're firing HE. So aim, 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 aim. You can see the aim time is okay.
Critical hit.
And a whole 3 damage. Hooray! Let's do that again. Can we do it any better?
Critical hit.
And a whole 3 damage. Hooray! So, yeah, we contributed 6 damage to that T-34. Let's go to work on the heavy tank this time. That was a medium tank, so let's deal with the Tier 5 heavy. Nope, nope. Oh, another Tier 5 heavy. An OI experimental, and I'm still on the HE. And trying to land one on his engine deck.
That one didn't go through.
And 0 damage. Low tier arty in Tier 5 games. It's so much fun. But yeah, this is the Ace Tanker. Believe me, I do start getting better damage hits. Side of an T1 heavy, and the shot doesn't even reach the target. You gotta love the RNG aspect of arty.
Critical hit.
Hey, 10 damage. Side. We need to land on the engine deck. Nope. That went where I aimed, but he was turning. Someone else hit him for 66. I'm jealous. Oh, nope, nope. Missed again. Okay, what I'd love to do is hit him for 66 damage, but I only need to hit him for 38. There we go! HE, 38 damage. Here comes that OI experimental again. Last time we did 0 damage. What can we do this time? We can do 0 damage, and that was a shot that landed on his engine deck. So I'm carrying 6 premium rounds, and this is heat. So we're going to fire some heat. And that's much better. 109 damage. Now the heat on this tank, if we can get it, as I go for a couple of blind shots. Heat is 91 millimeters of penetration, 110 damage. So that was a decent damage roll compared to 175 and 38 millimeters of penetration with the HE. But we bounced a heat shell on a Stug. Didn't manage to hit we hit the Stug, but failed to do any damage. So now I've got a T95, an OI experimental, and a Stug all on the K line. And no one to spot them. No one is in a position to spot them. So unless they turn around, poke the ridge, and start aiming at that Type 95 who's down in the village, I'm not going to be able to get shots. But okay, OI experimental has been spotted. Now I'm setting up to shoot at this corner if tanks come around the corner. I'm looking for the more dangerous tank, the OI experimental. He's more dangerous than the Type 95, so we're still firing heat. And we kill him. Okay, alright, so we pinned. And I've just realized I'm on 1 heat shell. And I bounced on the Stug with heat. Oh, someone took out the Stug, but I know that's gotten me spotted. So we've got to move. I've switched back to HE. So Type 95 was down here somewhere. I'm waiting to shotgun him in the face, but in the meantime, thankfully, someone is coming up to my aid, T-34. So we've done a whole 163 damage so far, although we did land a couple of blind shots. T18 HMC, very, very low splash damage. I forgot to mention that when I was looking at the HE. So the burst radius is only 1 meter. So you've got absolutely no splash damage. You've literally got to hit enemy tanks directly with your HE. Otherwise, you know, even if you land beside them, you're not going to be doing any damage whatsoever. Splash radius is tiny. But Skoda T24 in the distance. We're still on HE. I only have 1 heat shell left. Thankfully, we've got plenty of HE, and most of the Tier 5 heavies, or all of the Tier 5 heavies have been taken out. So we miss. So not much to aim at here, but thankfully we can shoot above the rocks. And 180 into his side. Oh, that was a good hit. So we've managed to almost or over double our damage with that 1 hit. So another miss. Are we going to get him? No, because the shot goes high. No splash damage. No, he stopped. He's dead. Never mind. Okay, this is Type 95 around the corner. So the score is 10-10. I'm on 2 kills, 343 damage. Yeah, low. Well, this isn't a low tier game. It's a tier 5 game, so technically it's mid tier. Alright, so I'm not going to get any shots from behind these rocks. Got to relocate once more. You can see, it's still, the T18 as a tank destroyer wasn't the fastest, most maneuverable tank, and it still maintains a lot of those characteristics as an arty. And the armor, as I say, showed you in that clip earlier on, you could still play this thing like a TD. The armor is good enough, the speed and maneuverability are still okay, you could still play it like a TD, so Stug spotted on the ridge. He's on low health. I should be able to take him out with HE. All I need to do is land a shot. And no. So where is he? Wondering if he's going to poke the corner. So I know that the Stug's view range is not amazing, but I'm still retreating, and all of a sudden we're starting to lose. So now it is 3 versus 4. That Stug is the only tank left on the enemy team. They have 3 arty. So if we can take out the Stug, who doesn't have great view range in the first place. Nope, that shot goes low. Yeah, if we could take out the Stug, who doesn't have good view range in the first place, then it means that arty is going to be left pretty much undefended. But just taking blind shots, I'm maybe predicting he's still behind the rocks. But you can see how wide that shot went. And no, he's running. Not on the move. Didn't go anywhere near I was aiming, but he stopped. He's turning. He's sitting still. And that's what arty loves, so we take him out for kill number 3. Unfortunately, T34 is taking a lot of damage from arty, but it is now 3 versus 3. We've got an M4, T34 and myself. 3 arty left on the enemy team, and we're doing 30, almost 40 kilometers an hour. So when we get a run up... Yeah, the tank is still quite fast. So Sexton's sitting still, and, arty is just so RNG. This is such an easy kill. We aim as long as we risk. Fully aimed. And the shot goes wide. And look how close that landed and did 0 damage. That's how small the splash radius is. And that shot goes to the right. And again, 0 damage. These are landing under his tracks and doing 0 damage. Thankfully, we take him out for kill number 4. SU5. Come on. Come on. Nope, goes wide. Oh, come on. I'm going for a Top Gun here. Yay! An ammo rack for 164. So just 1 arty left. Need 1 more kill for Top Gun. At least that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking when I was playing this game. And then I realized that it's a tier 3 game. So not even sure whether or not you get. I can't remember. I've been playing so much high tier lately because of that FV4202 mission. I don't even know if I got a Top Gun. Here we go. Birch gun. Sitting still. No, he moved just as I fired. But we still hit him for 43. So that shot would have gone low. Nope, he's moving forward. That shot goes high. Come on, where are you? By the way, we've also lost our M4, so it's just the T34 and myself left now. Oh, he's under fire. And we take him out for kill number 6. So, yeah, 682 recorded damage. So there was the Ace, and as per usual, I sold the tank after this, and I bought the T18 HMC, or rather, I didn't buy it. I had already bought it because you guys saw it in my garage review, so you can see that this replay was played a while ago, but I just haven't gotten around to recording it before now. So Ace, Top Gun, and I don't get this very often for counter battery fire. Destroy all enemy SPGs, at least 3 with an SPG. So that was quite nice, but... yeah, we didn't even finish top on XP. Look at this. 635 XP was enough for the Ace and the T18 HMC. 724 damage, so a couple of my blind shots did go in. 6 kills I'm quite happy with. M4 Sherman ended up carrying our game, carrying quite heavily actually, did quite a bit of damage, nice XP for him. 37 shots fired and only 15 hits. That's how bad the splash radius is, that's how bad low tier arty and accuracy is, and maybe I wasn't the best at aiming, but I don't care, the tank is done. We damaged 8, destroyed 6, and we lost money because we had to fire 5 premium rounds to take out an OI experimental, and this is the problem with tier 3 arty. I talked about it when I was reviewing the Sexton. Tier 3 arty is just horrible, because even when you're in a lower tier game and it's a tier 3 game or even a tier 4 game, enemy teams tend to die in 2 or 3 minutes, or your team tends to die in 2 or 3 minutes. There's very little time to actually work. But at least in a tier 5 game where tanks have more hit points, we had time to sit down, we had time to fire, and this battle lasted almost 10 minutes, which is why it was an ace. I wouldn't have been able to do that in a tier 3 or tier 4 game that was over in 2.5 minutes. But anyway, the tank is done, the tank is sold, we're moving on, trying to get the T18 HMC now, and thank you guys for watching. Now, as usual, I'm going to be giving away a couple of Steam keys with this particular video, so if you're interested in winning a Steam key for a game, no idea what games I'm going to be giving out next off the top of my head, whatever just happens to be next on my list. I'm going to give out 2 Steam keys on this particular video, so if you're interested in picking up a Steam key for some unknown game, leave a comment below. If you want to leave a comment regardless and not win a game, just say no game in the comment, and everyone is happy. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Bonus video today because I haven't put out any in a few days, and I'll see you next time.